Purple Daily is daily Vikings entertainment. We just want the Vikings to win a Super Bowl before we die.
I will ride with this group.
Seriously, man. Please.
And away we go.
All right, boys.
Reckless speculation.
We thought it'd be fun here, a little Saturday check-down episode, to spend a few minutes reviewing the accuracy of the Purple Daily Anonymous tip line. We're not going to read through all of the notes again, but we'll just kind of skim over the premises of we've saved all the Purple Daily Anonymous tip line notes over the past year.
Yep.
And let's see what percentage of them were correct, incorrect, or still potentially floating out there.
Is this like when the big wigs at the Washington Post or New York Times sit down to review like what the reporters have had from sources? Like real journalism.
Yeah, or it's like when like a debate happens and you've got the real-time fact checkers, right? Like, Joe Biden said this and Donald Trump said that.
Okay.
It was a lie. We're going to do that to the Purple Daily Anonymous tip line people here. After we shout out Neos Elite Performance, if you're looking to feel better and get back to your old playing days, maybe, check out Neos Elite Performance, Judd.
Yeah, because guess what? You know what? I'm sure guys or gals, there's a lot of us out there we're a little bit up in years. Perhaps we used to golf, play basketball, and now that's become impossible. Neos Elite Performance is going to make it possible again because they use cutting-edge regenerative medicine and cellular IV therapy that's designed to get you going again. And here's the thing that's so important. No invasive procedures. This is delivered to your home. White glove service. So you're not going to a doctor's. You're not going to a hospital. You are being taken care of at home to get rid of that knee pain or back pain, to stop the suffering and get back to doing what you absolutely love. Also, if you reference Purple Daily, you're going to get $500 off. That's right, $500 off a cellular IV therapy treatment to find out exactly what Neos can do for you. No surgery, no downtime, only results. NeosElite.com, Neos Elite.com. Check them out. A lot of good information on that site. And you know what? If you loved being active in art now, Neos is going to get you back to doing what you love.
Love it. Okay. So, there's way too many to fully comb through here and read again, but let me start with, because we got like 2 or 3 different ones about Asante Samuel Jr. So there was, I'll summarize the one that came in where this guy's daughter was at a club in Fort Lauderdale and ran into a guy in like the VIP area, so the kind of the private area, bottle service area, wearing a Vikings hat. And she said, "Hey, like, I'm a Vikings fan. Are you a Vikings fan?" And he goes something along the lines of like, "I'm about to be like a Vikings player pretty soon, hoping to finalize things in about 5 weeks," which at the time lined up with when you could sign players, free agents, and it wouldn't affect your draft pick compensation. So the bucket of Asante Samuel Jr. Purple Daily Anonymous tips. Is it a win, a loss, or a to be determined at this point?
I think it's to be determined because, and here's why. Because I think the Vikings are more comfortable with their cornerback room than a lot of fans are right now, but we're also not through all of the off-season camps. Asante Samuel Jr. has had workouts, I think, with the Saints and a couple teams now. So I would put this one, while this person, we're going to assume it was him, was premature with his confidence in playing for the Vikings. I don't think it's absurd to think that the Vikings could sign or trade for another cornerback.
Yeah.
I guess it's to be determined. Yeah, we can't say it's one or the other. I feel like it's tracking, though, to not be happening.
I agree with that. Yep.
Because at the time of this, this was March, late March, early April, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's been 2+ months. And like, I'm going to be a Viking. That was 2 months ago. So I feel like it's not going to happen at this point, but it's probably, I guess, to TBD.
Yeah, and he's like met with other teams, but the Vikings have not really been linked. So we'll put it in TBD because you know maybe something happens.
Well, and we are assuming it was him until it's proven it's not.
The burden of proof is on the woman in that club.
Exactly right. Which, by the way, the club did exist. Our reporting went so far as to Google the club and find out exactly what type of service they provided, if you could wear a hat, and the club did exist.
Okay, let's go to the Justin Herbert bucket of Purple Daily Anonymous tips. And this dates back to like right around the draft of 2023.
Yeah, we're going way back.
When we had an anonymous tipster write in this might sound crazy, and I'm paraphrasing, but I have a source that says the Vikings and the Chargers are absolutely in discussions about a Justin Herbert trade. And then this year we had another round of it. Someone anonymous emailed in and said, I honestly just brushed off the Justin Herbert stuff. I was like, I'm going to text my buddy who has worked with the Chargers since they first moved to Los Angeles. And my buddy responded back and basically said, like, this is a thing that has been talked about over the years. So I would say because Adam Schefter came out on draft night of 2023 and confirmed that the Vikings were among the teams that talked to the Chargers about Herbert, I think the Herbert stuff is a win for the anonymous tip line.
Oh, yeah.
It obviously didn't happen. Like they didn't make but no one said it's for sure going to happen. The tipster said this is a conversation happening and you should keep your ears to the ground.
And that was 24 technically, right?
Yeah.
24 draft. Yep.
Is when Schefter confirmed it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
That night. In fact, the draft had just started. I think Schefter had it in his back pocket. And like he just, as he is wont to do on the Sunday show, he reports all week. And then on draft night or on game day, he unveils it. I also would say that's the George Washington on the anonymous tipster mountain, right?
Yeah.
Like that's our George Washington. Like we became, dare I say, enthralled with the tip line after that.
No, I think it definitely opened up a pipeline for other anonymous tipsters to feel comfortable bringing their information forward without us ruining their lives by reading it. So, all right, let's go to this one here from John, who had some reckless guard speculation. And he's the rare anonymous tipster that put his name on this thing. This is just a straight up tip line. But he said that he has a friend whose uncle taught Kevin Zeitler in high school. And my friend's uncle, who's friends with Zeitler's father, said he is for sure planning to play for the Vikings in 2025. Where is he retired? Didn't he? Is Zeitler retired?
Yeah. Didn't he retire?
That's going to have to be an L.
He is. Oh, no, he signed with the Titans, didn't he? Yeah, because he was with the he was with the line. He's with the Titans. He's a Titan.
Okay.
Either way, it's an
wrong.
L. It's an L for John's.
Who retired? Somebody.
Zach Martin.
Zach Martin retired.
No, but I thought there was one who was linked to the Vikings who also called it quits.
Well, here's another one from Anonymous. Brandon Scherf is retiring. Heard from a source
Might be it.
From Rock Valley, where he's from. I don't think Scherf has officially retired, but it's the first week in June, and he has not signed with a team yet. So that one's leaning toward a win, but it's probably a TBD right now.
We need him to call it quits.
You Googling?
Yep. Okay. Yep, I did. And you're correct. He's not signed.
Here's another one from Anonymous. My good source says that since D-Flow isn't getting a head coaching job, Harrison Smith is very likely coming back with the knowledge the Vikings are spending heavy money on top free agents that will fill the interior offensive and defensive lines.
Oh, my God. That's a freaking grand slam.
Now, the skeptics are going to be like, okay, anyone could have predicted they were going to spend money on offensive defensive line, but this is sourced information from an anonymous tipster here.
There's multiple parts. I mean, none of them are shocking, but it's pretty good. Flores wasn't going to get a job. He didn't. Harrison Smith was going to come back. He did. And that they were going to sign. I mean, that's pretty good. I'm not going to crap on that one.
Yeah. Okay, here's another one. Kwesi loves to find value in positions for guys who have a lot of potential but might not cost a pretty penny. Here's a name I have not heard you guys bring up before. I know and am related to many people that are very close to this person, and I know his Minnesota is his family's top priority to sign with. James Daniels will be a Minnesota Viking in 2025. 100% chance from this anonymous tipster. Now, he got hurt last year. He, hurt his leg or something happened with James Daniels. But he did sign, it looks like, with the Miami Dolphins.
All right, yeah, we'll have to take the L.
Okay. So it's another L
I do like
there.
the confidence, though. Don't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, if you're going to go down confident.
Okay, this one, all right, this is another Scherf one. It says, please keep my name anonymous. I got some more reckless speculation out of the great state of Iowa. I know some acquaintances of some family members of Brandon Scherf.
Wow.
The way it sounds is that the Vikings are the only team he's interested in. Otherwise, he probably just retires.
Okay.
And again, at this point, that is definitely tracking. It's a TBD right now, but it's definitely tracking. So we'll put in the TBD bin. Okay. This is probably another TBD, but Anonymous emailed in and said, I was at the XL Energy Center for a Wild game. And someone who shall go nameless saw my Vikings hat and asked, are you a Vikings fan? We started talking, and he said he's very close. He's very close to Thielen, and we confirmed the connection, and it's valid. But he mentioned that Thielen would love to get his way out of Carolina and back to the Vikings to finish his career in Minnesota. Do what you will with this information. That's another TBD right there, but it's very plausible.
Yeah, I feel like that's likely. I feel whether it's at some point this year in the trade deadline or something, or just he comes back. I think that happens.
What does he have left in the tank as far as years go, do we think?
A year or two as like a number 3 guy, probably. You know. Let's see here. This one's about Rachaad White. Tampa Bay running back Rachaad White wants to play for Kevin O'Connell. With the potential of him maybe being cut by Tampa, what are your thoughts on the Vikings? So the information is that he randomly met someone with very close ties to Rachaad White, but he's still a Buccaneer, and the Vikings just kind of they traded for Jordan Mason. So
yeah,
I don't know if it's an L. Like it's one of those gray areas where he like this dude who plays for Tampa really wants to play for KOC. It's just kind of a.
If we got to put it in a bin, I would put in the L bin. But if you created like a gray, which is sort of like, okay, here's something I heard, but it might not happen, but it might happen, but who knows? Then
is that the exact name of the bin right there?
The gray bin. Right Shades of gray.
Okay, here's another one from pre-free agency. It sounds like the Vikings intend to conduct their so he was at a family gathering, beers as a social lubricant, and some information was revealed to a small group regarding the Vikings' plans to improve their offensive line. That's how we'll couch this.
Okay.
It sounds like the Vikings intend to conduct their due diligence on Trey Smith, but also 27-year-old Patrick McCarry from the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, we talked about it.
McCarry fits the bill of what Kwesi is looking for. I'll keep my ear to the ground for more details. I'm sure they did due diligence on McCarry, but probably an L here, you think, for the.
And Trey Smith stayed put, right?
Yeah, he went back to again. This I'm sure they were interested in these dudes, but they wound up landing on Will Fries. You know, okay. So we got right now it's 2 wins, 3 losses, and then at least 4 or 5 to be determined for the Purple Daily Anonymous tip line. Oh man, the Brock Purdy stuff. We had a guy. This is a win. We had a guy email. He emailed like 3 times with a bunch of Brock Purdy information. And one of them was they're actually having some trade discussions with like the Titans before the draft, which I buy that. All those conversations happen. Mm-hmm. But he literally emailed in like a week before the contract was leaked publicly and said, I'm hearing $53 million a year. And there's some bonuses that'll take it to a slightly different number. But this dude absolutely, anonymous tip line, nailed the Brock Purdy contract and nailed the week that it was going to be announced.
If only we were doing 49ers Daily.
I know.
Or Niners Daily. We'd be heroes right now.
We should. What if we did that? What if we like kept doing Purple Daily, but branched out, like picked another random team just did like Titans Daily?
Just give us rumors about your team.
Man, we might have to do this and like what we could do is turn this into like a 2 or 3 part thing. I'll do one more, and we'll make this a multi-week exercise where we comb through the Purple Daily Anonymous tip line here. Here's the Fort Lauderdale one. We already covered that one, but there's another Herbert one. This one is okay. I need Dex to not joking here. I'm going to pull a Doogie and make you Google something. Mm-hmm. Purple Daily Anonymous tip line said, I came in on a flight last night from Dallas and sat next to Jacob Bayer, Bayer, Arkansas State center. He said he was going in to visit with the Vikings. He had just come back from a trip with the Chargers and then was going to visit with the Packers. His thighs were 3 to 4 times the size of my thighs. Can we confirm that Jacob Bear visited the Minnesota Vikings? Does he have like an Instagram or something?
I got him right here.
That was probably a top 30 visit, right? And that not all of those are going to get.
Correct.
Oh, here it is.
Yes, he did.
Arkansas State center Jacob Bear had a top 30 visit with the Minnesota Vikings. Let's go. Purple Daily tips.
We got people on planes. Be careful.
Oh, man. Wow. Just literally nailing the top 30 visits. Okay, so this is part 1 of the Purple Daily Anonymous tip line review. And right now it's 4 wins, 3 losses, and a handful of TBDs. Like there's some Brandon Scherf stuff that needs to come off the board.
And one win is a San Francisco 49ers win. But it's still a win.
It's still.
No, I know.
It's still a win, right? It's
a quarterback win.
Oh man, I forgot the Matt LaFleur one that came in. There's so much stuff here. Okay, to be continued, maybe even next weekend here after a week of Judd's Camp Notes. Purple Daily. Click that like button, the subscribe button if you enjoy this YouTube channel, and a 5-star rating and a positive review on Apple and Spotify. For the Sports Dad, for Dex, I'm Phil, and we just want the Vikings to win a Super Bowl before we die. See ya.